This is, you guys are huge in the world of stand-up comedy, and you're selling out arenas, and they've made a film about it.
You're saying huge, man. That's kind of scary.
Like, what are you talking about? They think they can rewrite history.
What if the tragic passing of Bernie Mac wasn't the result of natural causes, but a calculated move to silence one of Hollywood's most fearless voices? This question has haunted fans and conspiracy theorists alike ever since the comedy legend's untimely demise in 2008. Officially, Bernie Mac succumbed to complications from pneumonia amidst his ongoing battle with sarcoidosis, an inflammatory disease. But over the years, disturbing allegations and chilling connections have emerged, suggesting that forces far more sinister may have been at play. Recent interviews, lawsuits, and resurfaced industry secrets have reignited these suspicions, pointing fingers at entertainment powerhouses like Diddy Clive and Clive Davis. Could Bernie Mac's demise have been part of a broader scheme to protect Hollywood's darkest secrets?
The offer?
Then what happened?
But I turned it down.
Why?
Because you on Bernie. And I know the truth.
To understand the gravity of these allegations, we must first examine the claims tied to Diddy and his alleged grip on the secretive underbelly of the entertainment industry. Former insiders, including comedian Katt have raised alarm bells about an elite system of control operating behind closed doors. Williams, known for his explosive and unapologetic commentary, has repeatedly claimed that Bernie Mac's refusal to participate in this clandestine system left him vulnerable. According to Williams, the entertainment industry isn't just about talent or hard work. It's about compliance, submission, and an unspoken code that governs who succeeds and who falls. Bernie Mac, with his unwavering integrity and unwillingness to play the game, allegedly became a liability to an industry that demands silence from those who see too much. This isn't just speculation. Williams has hinted that Bernie knew about secret gatherings, manipulative tactics, and even exploitative rituals that powerful figures use to maintain control.
Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
One of the most unsettling connections is the alleged role of Clive Davis, the legendary music mogul whose influence has been tied to multiple scandals and conspiracy theories. Davis, a man revered for discovering and shaping some of the biggest names in music, has also been accused of wielding his power in a way that goes far beyond the recording studio. Jaguar Wright, an outspoken artist who has worked alongside some of music's biggest stars, has accused Davis of orchestrating a culture of control and even sacrificing careers and lives for the sake of maintaining his position at the top. Wright has gone so far as to claim that Davis played a role in the eerily similar demises of Whitney Houston and her daughter Bobby Christina, both of whom were found submerged in bathtubs under tragic circumstances. The parallels between their demises and Bernie Mac's passing have fueled theories of a calculated pattern, where those who defy the system are removed to protect the status quo.
Strictly for the purposes of financial gain for those who have access to her estate, including Clive Davis.
Adding to the intrigue is the resurfaced feud between Bernie Mac and fellow comedian Steve Harvey. While the two were part of the iconic Original Kings of Comedy tour, tensions between them were anything but comedic. Multiple sources, including fellow comedian Cedric the Entertainer, have confirmed that jealousy and competition plagued their relationship. Bernie, known for his raw and unfiltered humor, reportedly felt undermined by Harvey, who allegedly attempted to sabotage Bernie's opportunities, including his role in the hit movie Ocean's 11. According to Ed Lever, a close friend of Bernie, the comedian himself confided in him about Harvey's attempts to tarnish his rise to stardom. While Harvey has publicly denied these accusations and claimed to have reconciled with Bernie before his demise, the animosity added another layer of complexity to Bernie's career struggles. Could this professional rivalry have made Bernie an even bigger target, not just in Hollywood, but within his own circle?
See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need to know. You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The timeline of Bernie Mac's demise raises even more questions. In the months leading up to his passing, Bernie's health took a sudden turn for the worse, despite years of managing sarcoidosis. Those close to him have hinted that the stress of navigating Hollywood's cutthroat environment may have exacerbated his condition, but was it mere stress or something more deliberate? Katt has alluded to the possibility that Bernie's refusal to comply with Hollywood's demands led to him being alienated and, ultimately, silenced. Williams himself has faced backlash and career sabotage for speaking out against the industry's dark side, lending credibility to his claims that Bernie Mac was similarly targeted for his defiance.
All lies will be exposed, that's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
And then there's Diddy, a man whose name has become synonymous with power, wealth, and controversy. Recent lawsuits and investigations into Diddy's personal and professional prefixture of a man deeply entrenched in manipulation and control. In 2023, R&B singer Cassie filed a lawsuit against Diddy, alleging years of abuse, coercion, and even human trafficking. While the lawsuit was settled within 24 hours, the allegations opened the floodgates for others to come forward, accusing Diddy of orchestrating a culture of exploitation behind his glamorous public persona. Could Bernie Mac have been another victim of this system? A system that punishes those who refuse to play along?
Jurors heard testimony from a key prosecution witness in Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial in New York City Tuesday. His ex-girlfriend and singer Cassie Ventura spoke about her 10-year relationship with Combs and the psychological, physical, and sexual abuse she says she endured. Ventura first leveled accusations against Combs in a 2023 lawsuit, which was settled a day later. Dozens of men and women have filed suits against him since 2023.
What makes these allegations even more chilling is the broader context of Hollywood's hidden operations. Over the years, numerous celebrities have passed away under mysterious circumstances, from Whitney Houston to Michael Jackson, leaving a trail of unanswered questions. Bernie Mac's demise, when viewed through this lens, seems less like an isolated incident and more like a piece of a much larger puzzle. The entertainment industry, with its immense influence and wealth, has long been accused of silencing dissenters to protect its secrets. Could Bernie Mac's fate be part of the unsettling pattern? As these revelations continue to surface, one thing becomes clear: Bernie Mac's legacy is far more complicated than the laughter he brought to millions. His story is a reminder that Hollywood's glittering facade often hides a much darker reality, one where power is wielded ruthlessly and those who dare to defy it face unthinkable consequences. Whether or not these theories hold water, they demand deeper scrutiny into an industry that has long operated in the shadows. Bernie Mac was more than just a comedian. He was a man of principle, a man who refused to compromise his values. And if these allegations are true, his demise was not just a tragedy, it was a warning. But what if we told you that the story doesn't end with Bernie Mac? What if his tragic demise was just the tip of the iceberg, a single thread in a tangled web of secrets that stretches across decades? As the spotlight shifts, the connections between his passing and the shadowy dealings of Hollywood's most powerful figures grow even murkier. This isn't just about one man. It's about an entire system of unchecked power, manipulation, and control. And as we dig deeper, even more unsettling details come to light. One of the most shocking allegations tied to this dark narrative revolves around the infamous parties hosted by Diddy and his longtime mentor Clive Davis. These gatherings weren't your average Hollywood soirees. Insiders have described them as exclusive, highly secretive events where the glitz and glamour masked something far more sinister. Former attendees have claimed that these parties weren't just about networking. They were about loyalty, leverage, and submission. Some have gone as far as to call them initiation rituals, designed to test the boundaries of those seeking to climb Hollywood's treacherous ladder. Could Bernie Mac, known for his unwavering principles, have stumbled upon something at one of these gatherings that he wasn't supposed to see? And if so, what price did he pay for his discovery?
When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
One of the most chilling aspects of these allegations is the recurring pattern of targeting vulnerable individuals. Rising stars, particularly those new to the industry, were allegedly drawn into these circles under the guise of opportunity. Promises of mentorship, exposure, and career advancement were dangled like bait, only to be replaced with demands for loyalty and compliance. Insiders have claimed that once individuals entered these circles, extricating themselves became nearly impossible. The fear of career sabotage or public humiliation kept many from speaking out. Could Bernie Mac have been offered the same opportunities only to reject them, sealing his fate as a non-compliant outsider? The alleged role of Clive Davis in this system further deepens the intrigue. Known for his meticulous control over the careers of his artists, Davis has long been a polarizing figure in the industry. While his achievements are undeniable, so too are the whispers about his behind-the-scenes influence. Some have accused him of creating environments where artists felt trapped, their personal lives micromanaged to maintain a certain image. These allegations, if true, suggest a culture where individuality was sacrificed for compliance, and where dissent was met with swift and silent consequences. Was Bernie Mac's refusal to conform seen as a defiance that couldn't be tolerated?
With no training in music,
none.
Did you think you'd be good at this?
I never thought I would have a musical ear. I never thought I'd have a natural gift.
Behind the velvet ropes and sprawling mansions of these gatherings lies a world that few outsiders have ever glimpsed. According to insiders, these events weren't just about excess. They were about control. Guests were allegedly handpicked not for their star power alone, but for their willingness to comply with unspoken rules. Some accounts suggest that young, rising stars were brought into these environments and subtly coerced into situations that left them indebted to the hosts. This wasn't just about creating a network. It was about creating leverage. Could Bernie Mac, known for his fierce independence, have been seen as a liability in a world where compliance was the ultimate currency?
Said because they were really concerned We also learned that the mother's the one who said, you know what, I want to take pictures of this abuse. Again, the mom said she did not know about that or that was happening until 2011. So Cassandra Ventura comes home for a holiday break. Her mom sees these bruises and says in court today, I felt like I needed to move.
The stories tied to these gatherings grow even darker when we consider the allegations of manipulation that have surfaced in recent years. Multiple sources have claimed that phones and cameras were confiscated at the door, ensuring that no evidence could ever leave the premises. But what happened inside, they say, was far more disturbing. Some former attendees allege that secret recordings were made without their knowledge, later used as a form of blackmail to keep stars in line. This kind of leverage allegedly allowed certain powerful players to dictate careers, control narratives, and silence dissenters. While these allegations have never been proven, they cast an ominous shadow over an industry already rife with controversy.
Memorialize it. When it came to the explicit videos, the prosecution asked her, what was your reaction to hearing that your daughter said she was concerned about those explicit videos? When it came to this idea that Cassie was saying, you know, Mom, Sean Combs is threatening to put out explicit videos of me, she said her reaction to that was she was physically sick and that she said, quote, the sex tapes threw me.
It's impossible to ignore the parallels between Bernie Mac's story and the experiences of other celebrities who have dared to speak out about these alleged gatherings. Katt Williams, in his now viral interviews, described them as events where power brokers flaunted their control over the industry's biggest stars. He claimed that careers were made and destroyed in these rooms, that stepping out of line could mean exile or worse. Williams himself has suffered professionally for his willingness to pull back the curtain, with many speculating that his career setbacks were orchestrated as a warning to others. Could this same system have targeted Bernie Mac when it became clear that he wouldn't play along?
I think when people hear Cassie's mother is going to be testifying, everyone was thinking, oh my goodness. But she was only on the stand for about 30 minutes. And the big takeaway is this story that she tells regarding the email she got from her daughter.
The allegations don't stop there. Over the years, Diddy has been accused of much more than hosting questionable parties. In 2023, his former partner Cassie filed a lawsuit that sent shockwaves through the industry, accusing him of years of exploitation and coercion. While the lawsuit was settled almost immediately, the details that emerged painted a chilling picture of how power is wielded in Hollywood. Cassie described a culture of fear and control where even the most successful artists felt trapped under the weight of their contracts and personal relationships. If someone as high profile as Cassie felt powerless, what does that say about the countless others who might have experienced similar treatment in silence?
Yeah, that's right. Cassandra Ventura, also known as Cassie, walked in with her head held high and did not make eye contact with Sean Combs. But she did describe a relationship that lasted over 10 years with Combs in which she says he was the one in control.
The parallels between Cassie's allegations and the experiences of other stars raise troubling questions about the entertainment industry as a whole. Over the years, countless celebrities have hinted at the existence of a shadowy system that prioritizes profit and control over humanity. From Britney Spears' high-profile conservatorship battle to the sudden mysterious struggles of once thriving stars, a pattern begins to emerge. This isn't just about individuals, it's about an industry-wide culture that thrives on power imbalances. Could Bernie Mac's demise be another piece of this puzzle? His unwavering integrity and refusal to compromise may have made him a hero to his fans, but in an industry built on compliance, it may also have made him a target.
He said today that he didn't have an idea that this was something that they were doing regularly with other escorts. The first time that they met, he talked about getting $800 and then I believe an additional $1,200. There was one moment he discussed where Sean Combs, according to him, threw money on the bed and condoms and said, get to it. I think so much of what came out of that civil lawsuit and these freak-offs and this idea.
And then there's Clive Davis, whose influence spans decades and whose name has been tied to some of the most mysterious losses in the entertainment world. Jaguar Wright, a former collaborator with The Roots, has accused Davis of orchestrating a system of control that goes beyond mere business dealings. She has pointed to the eerily similar circumstances surrounding the losses of Whitney Houston and her daughter Bobby Christina as evidence of a larger, more sinister pattern. Both were found in bathtubs, both surrounded by whispers of manipulation and exploitation. Wright has even claimed that Davis used his power to keep certain artists in line, leveraging their deepest secrets against them. Could Bernie Mac have been another victim of this alleged system? Did he know too much about the forces pulling the strings behind the scenes?
He needed her back.
Oh, yeah.
He needed her back, but he needed her back and under his control.
It's not just the celebrities who have come forward with these allegations. Insiders from all corners of the entertainment industry have hinted at the existence of an unspoken code, a set of rules that governs who rises and who falls. These revelations paint a picture of an industry where alliances are forged in darkness and loyalty is bought, not earned. The consequences of breaking this code are stark and unforgiving. Just look at the careers of those who have dared to speak out. Katt Williams, Jaguar Wright, even Ye have all faced public and professional backlash after lifting the veil on Hollywood's hidden truths. If these insiders are to be believed, Bernie Mac's refusal to conform may have made him a target of this very system. The parallels between Bernie Mac's story and other high-profile losses are impossible to ignore. Consider the case of Whitney Houston and her daughter, Bobby Christina. Both were surrounded by controversy in the years leading up to their tragic ends, with many speculating that their struggles were tied to forces far beyond their control. Jaguar Wright has gone on record accusing Clive Davis of playing a direct role in their downfall, claiming that his influence extended into every aspect of their lives. If these allegations are true, it raises serious questions about the lengths to which Hollywood's elite will go to protect their secrets. Could Bernie Mac's fate have been sealed in the same way? Was his refusal to bow to these powerful figures seen as a threat that had to be neutralized? And what about the whispers of betrayal within Bernie Mac's own circle? The feud between him and Steve Harvey adds another layer of complexity to this already tangled web. While Harvey has denied any wrongdoing, multiple insiders, including Cedric the entertainer and Ed Lover, have confirmed that tensions between the two comedians were real and deeply personal. Harvey's alleged attempts to sabotage Bernie's career, from snubbing him during the original Kings of Comedy tour to reportedly vying for his role in Ocean's 11, paint a picture of a rivalry that went far beyond professional competition. Could this animosity have left Bernie even more isolated in an industry that already viewed him as an outsider?
You think I'm gonna let you shit on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king? Fuck you.
Adding to this narrative is the role of financial control in Hollywood's darker dealings. Insiders have alleged that certain contracts were designed to keep artists financially dependent on their handlers. Hidden clauses, predatory deals, and endless legal entanglements meant that even the most successful stars often found themselves at the mercy of their management. This financial leash, if true, served as yet another tool to maintain control. Bernie Mac, however, was known for his fierce independence and willingness to stand up for his worth. Could his refusal to be financially exploited have further isolated him from an industry that thrives on keeping its talent in check? As we piece together the fragments of this unsettling narrative, one thing becomes clear. Bernie Mac's story is far from over. It's a story that raises urgent questions about the true nature of power in Hollywood, about the price of integrity in a world where silence is often more valuable than talent. It's a story that forces us to confront the uncomfortable reality of an industry built on secrets, where those who dare to speak out often pay the ultimate price. And it's a story that demands answers, not just for Bernie Mac, but for everyone who has ever been a victim of this hidden system. So, what do we do with this information? Do we dismiss these allegations as mere conspiracy theories, or do we start asking the hard questions that Hollywood has avoided for so long? Was Bernie Mac truly a victim of natural causes, or was he silenced for knowing too much? And if the latter is true, how many others have suffered the same fate without us even realizing it? These are the questions that keep us up at night, the questions that demand our attention. Because if there's one thing we've learned from Bernie Mac's story, it's that the truth has a way of coming to light no matter how deeply it's buried.